Wall Township's planning board just adopted its fourth round housing element and fair share plan, but they did so with little enthusiasm. So on today's video, we're going to cover what's in store for Wall, why did the residents and planning board push back so hard against this, and what's also the future for the redevelopment plans. But before we get started, if it is your first time to the channel, my name is Steve McCutcheon, and I'm a realtor at Berkshire Hathaway. And on the Live in Central New Jersey channel, we cover everything related to the Central Jersey real estate market. So if you're the first one to know what's going on in either Monmouth or Ocean County real estate, feel free to click the bell, hit the subscribe button. Let's get this video started. Now, to give you a little bit of a background, at a packed meeting on August 25th, Wall's Planning Board adopted the controversial plan to meet the state-mandated affordable housing obligations that they have. They didn't go down without a fight, though, because they were able to reduce the amount of units from 744 to 650 units. So, in essence, were able to shorten it, but they had to adopt the plan sooner than later. Otherwise, they'd have to face legal action from the state of New Jersey for their Mount Laurel doctrine. I'm sure you've heard a little bit about that in the news recently. It's been pretty, again, controversial for the most part, but we'll kind of break it down to exactly what Wall's plans are with these 650 units right now. Stick with me for a sec because it might be a little lengthy, but there are four major development concepts going on within Wall right now. First up will be a CareOne Assisted Living facility, which is located on Route 138, and it's going to give them 32 Medicare beds counted towards senior affordable living. Next up will be Peddler's Village, located at 1413 Atlantic Avenue, which was a former retail site, so it was 21 acres. That's going to be transformed into 217 townhomes, 45 affordable housing units, but they actually get a boost because they're turning a commercial property into a residential property. So I think they're getting a 22.5 unit boost, similar to what they're doing with the affordable units in the Medicare office too. Coming in at number 3, the old mining site on Route 34 near the Monmouth Executive Airport. Can't believe I'm saying it, but 856 residential units being redeveloped. About 172 would then be affordable housing units. And the last one would be the old Brisbane Estate, which is not an exact number just yet, but they're looking at anywhere between 600 and 750 units, including 226 going towards affordable housing. So with all those, they pretty much adds up a little shy of 650, but with those extra credits they're going to be getting for those couple of ones I mentioned in the beginning, this should be around that number for the most part. So adding them all up, it is a lot of development going into Wall, and the planning board did their best, but this is kind of looking what it's going to be. The main question, though, is why is Wall having to build so many different units and also affordable housing at the same time? Well, I've actually made a separate video on it, so I'll link it down in the description below. But essentially, this Mount Laurel doctrine has always been in place in New Jersey, but townships could kind of get around it a little bit, right, with the backdoor deal. They could pay another township to then take all their affordable housing and didn't have to build their own. Now, that isn't going to be allowed, so they have to build their own, or just basically, depending on the size of the town, population, all that kind of stuff, whatever numbers they want to use, they were given an affordable housing number. Wall falters down to 650 units, but that also means they have to do this over the next 10 years. If they don't, a builder can do something called a builder's remedy lawsuit and essentially take any plot of land that they find that they want, avoid all local zoning laws, and just build whatever they want upon it. So politicians or just the local government is basically saying their hands are tied, and at least accepting however many units they're given at this point gives them some type of control over what is going to be built. With any development, there are some pros and some cons to it. I would say one of the first pros, like I just mentioned, Wall they avoid losing zoning control, and it's kind of a strategic move to stay proactive. I think that's pretty smart on their part. And then with multiple projects being spread across different locations, you're going to ease a little bit of pressure, I would say, in any one area. So in terms of the infrastructure on it, schools, roadways, that kind of thing. So I would say at least those are the two biggest pros I see from it, but there are some cons too. Some of them are going to include just a massive scale. So in my opinion, you're talking anywhere between probably 1,700 and 1,800 total units on top of just the ones that are affordable housing in itself. That's going to cause infrastructure strain between traffic, roads, water and sewer lines. Schools are already limited, so they're kind of bursting at the seams. But one development is also supposed to be putting in a brand new school too. So we'll kind of see how that works, everything. And then the feeling of just being rushed in general. So residents and the planning board were forced to basically take a 10-year plan and approve it inside of a 60-day window. To me, that's kind of odd, and I think that's not really fair in any sense. But again, their hands are pretty much tied. And with just my take in general, here's the way I kind of look at it. Wall Township's in a bind. You have state mandates and court deadlines versus town character and also capacity at the same time. I think the township's leadership did a pretty good job from wanting to maintain the local zoning laws versus just kind of being told exactly where everything had to go. So I think that was smart on their end. But a lot of the groundwork is going to have to be laid over the next 1 to 2 years if this is going to take place, right? They have 10 years to get up to speed with everything, but you're going to have to upgrade, like I said, the water and sewer lines, the infrastructure in general, making sure the roads are good, the schools don't overflow. So I don't want to say it's a bad thing. I've said this before though, I don't like development necessarily just for the sake of it without actually the infrastructure upgrades in order for it all to make sense. So as long as the infrastructure upgrades are done well and appropriately, and this isn't going to become an issue, then I don't see a massive problem with this being built. But I think the sheer scale of it is just kind of absurd though, with the number of units that Wall has to build compared to some other townships. Now, Wall is a bigger town compared to a lot of other places here in Monmouth County and along the shore, so I understand that, but think they kind of got shafted a little bit. Just trying to wrap everything up. I would love to hear what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Do you think Wall did a good job of this? Is it too much, too fast? Do you live near any of the sites? I'd love to kind of just get a little bit of background what people are saying throughout the township. With that being said, though, if you are looking to move to the Wall area, feel free to reach out. All my contact information is down low in the comments and description. So whether you're 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, even a year out, it doesn't matter to me. Let's just get you on the right path towards your real estate goals. If you're looking to move to a different part of the Central Jersey area, check out the 2 videos popping up, and hopefully they help out a bit too. Have a great day.